So before I saw The Life of Chuck, I was thinking about how strange it was that this movie wasn't getting as big of a marketing push as I think it should have because it won the People's Choice Awards at the Toronto International Film Festival last year. And historically speaking, that has been a very big indicator as to like which movie is going to be a sort of juggernaut in the award season conversations. But now having seen the film, yeah, I have no idea how I could have marketed this movie. Or rather, let me rephrase. It's incredibly difficult for me to sell this movie and to really describe what it's about without making it sound like another one of those kind of saccharine and generically life affirming movies that I personally find to be very uninteresting for the most part. But given the source material being a Stephen King short story and the fact that this is written, directed, and edited by Mike Flanagan, it's really just scratching the surface at what this movie is and what it's saying and how it's operating. In a way, this kind of feels like the culmination of a lot of the ideas and themes that Mike Flanagan has been exploring in a lot of his films and TV shows over the years. If I could compare the mood of this movie to anything that he's done before, I would say the closest is probably the season finale of The Haunting of Hill House, which was notably a bit divisive because of the sort of sudden tonal shift into something a bit more, not just sentimental, but also kind of melancholy and a little bittersweet. And I feel like that atmosphere is sort of permeating throughout all of The Life of Chuck. So I feel like your feelings on that finale is going to be pretty similar to how you would feel as you're watching The Life of Chuck. An interesting thing about the movie is that it isn't really a character study in the sense that, yeah, it is called The Life of Chuck and you do learn a lot about Chuck, but it's mostly driven by ideas, and especially this idea of life being this sort of series of fleeting moments, moments that can influence you, moments that can define you, or even defy you, and how these moments can kind of add up and come together to create this sense of being, this sense of oneness, and how that oneness and that sense of being can feel so small when you sort of take a look at it from an almost cosmic perspective, and yet at the same time feel so grand and so epic, even in the most intimate moments. Which sounds like nonsense, but it actually does come across really well on screen. I think Mike Flanagan has a really great skill in kind of taking the prose of Stephen King and presenting them in a way that is incredibly cinematic. There haven't been many films this year that I would say left me speechless at the end of them, but this is definitely one. It's a film that I found to be incredibly haunting, but also ultimately hopeful. And it's been one that I've been thinking about a lot ever since I saw it, and I saw it about a week ago at this point. So it's definitely one that I would recommend, and I think if it does connect with you, then I think it will hit you in a big way. It's going to be like one of those kind of movies. So those are my thoughts on The Life of Chuck. If you've seen the film, feel free to let me know what you thought of it in the comments.